Good evening, and welcome to this regularly scheduled meeting of the City of Kettering Planning Commission for Monday, October 17th, 2022. This meeting will be televised as usual on Miami Valley Cable Council cable channel number 6 and streamed live over the internet at mvcc.net. It will also be recorded and available for later viewing on mvcc.net. I would like to thank the Miami Valley Cable Council for televising and taping tonight's meeting. Since this meeting is both audio and videotaped to form a complete record for possible appeal to City Council and or the courts, it is important that anyone who wishes to address the Commission to please come to the lectern, speak into the microphone, and give their name and address for the record. The Planning Commission is a volunteer independent body appointed by the Council, whose mission is to hear all bodies involved and subsequently make a motion to approve, deny, continue, or recommend the application. All action taken by the Commission can be appealed to the City Council. I'd like to start by introducing the members of the Planning Commission who are here tonight. To your extreme right is Carol Fisher, Secretary. I'm Ray Waske, the Vice Chairman. And next we have is Don Rethman, Planning Commissioner. City staff members present is Dave Roller, City Planner. And we will now start with the first item on the agenda, which is approval of the minutes of the Commission's meeting of October 3rd, 2022. Do I have a motion for their approval?
Mr. Chair, I move that we postpone this item until our next regularly scheduled meeting, as we do not have enough members here to approve this one.
That is correct, Mr. Rethman. So we will postpone that until the following meeting. Seeing that there is no old business, we'll proceed on to new business. The second item on the agenda is a request for a replat or lot split for 4045 Wilmington Pike, planning case number 22-019. And Mr. Roller, you're up, and I do have a question for you. I take it this is not a public hearing.
Correct. Plats are not public hearings, they are public meetings.
Right.
So, yeah, we don't have to hold a public hearing for this item.
Okay, thank you. So, Mr. Roller.
Thank you, Mr. Waske. We have received a application for a subdivision, a plat approval or record plan for a property located on the Wilmington Pike frontage in front of Meyer. They're asking to carve off a new lot from the overall development parcel. The new lot would be about 1.5 acres in size, and also the overall development parcel would be reduced by the same amount. So it would go from approximately 40 acres to 38.5. The lot is zoned business, and this would be tentatively, it's proposed that this would be another fast food restaurant along the frontage there. We did review this with the standards for the City of Kettering subdivision code, and we found that it met all of our regulations. We found that it fully complied with all of the things that we have set aside in there for criteria, except for one item, which is not necessarily anything that is non-compliant. It's just something that needed to be clarified or taken care of before they moved forward. And that is that on the record plan itself, there is an access easement that goes right through the site, which is where they're proposing a building pad location. You can see on the aerial there's the old road, the old Meyer access road that goes around the parking lot for Meyer. You can see it going through basically the middle of that site right now. That access easement is still being shown on their record plan. We're recommending that they either extinguish it or relocate it off of that proposed lot so that it doesn't hinder any of their future development plans. The applicant has been made aware of that. They agreed to that condition of approval, and they would like to move forward with getting it approved this evening if possible.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Roller. Do you have any questions from the commission?
I do not.
No questions.
Okay, thank you. I have none either. Since this is not a public hearing, if there is anyone in the audience who would like to address the commission at this time pertaining this issue, would you please come forward to the podium? Seeing none, staff recommendations.
Yes, Mr. Waske. Staff recommends approval of the requested record plan with one condition, and that is that the access easement noted as IR deed 19-005783 be relocated off of Lot 5 or extinguished to allow development of the new lot.
Thank you. And I see that Mrs. Fisher, you have a motion.
I do have the motion. Whereas an application has been received from Erica Randolph of Fishbeck, 28366 Kensington Lane, Suite 3, Perrysburg, Ohio, representing the property owner requesting approval of a record plan to create a new lot consisting of 1.5760 acres, and whereas this request constitutes approval of a final record plan for the newly described lot, and whereas the Planning Commission has reviewed the facts surrounding this request, including an oral and written report by city staff, which is incorporated herein. I move that the applicant's request for approval of a final record plan for Meyer 102, Section 1-C, be approved with the following condition to be completed prior to Planning Commission signature. 1, the access easement area, IRD 19-005783, be relocated off of Lot 5 or extinguished to allow development of a new lot. End of motion.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve this motion. Mr. Roller, would you call the roll, please?
Yes. Ms. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Rethman?
Yes.
Mr. Waske?
Yes. The motion has passed. The third item on our agenda tonight is audience participation. Again, anyone in the audience wishing to address the commission on any item not on the agenda, please come forward to the podium. Seeing none, we'll move on to other business not on the written agenda. Signing of plats.
We do not have any plats this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Roller. Communications and reports.
None at this time.
Okay. Finally, Planning Commission comments.
I have none.
No comments?
No comments.
And I have just one comment. I just want to remind the listeners that Tuesday, November 8th is Election Day. Please remember to vote if you have not done so already. Cast either your early vote or your mail-in vote or vote in person on Tuesday, November 8th. That being said, our next regularly scheduled meeting will be scheduled for Monday, November 7th at 9 p.m. at the Kettering Government Center. The meeting is adjourned and the time is 7:10, I think, if I can see that correctly, 7:11 p.m.